Bhagavato Arahato Sama Sambuddhassa Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Sama Sambuddhassa. Today we would like to explain about second Jhāna, etc. In my last Dhamma talk, I had tried up to first Jhāna stage. When you are practicing Ānāpāna meditation, one day when your concentration develops, you will see your Ānāpāna nimitta, especially counterpart side, Pratibhaga nimitta. If you can concentrate on your Pratibhaga nimitta more than 1 hour, 2 hours without interruption, slowly you will understand full absorption. Your mind will sink completely into the nimitta and stay there peacefully for a long time. Such type of sinking mind is called full absorption, Jhāna concentration. You should try 5 mastari I had been explained in my last Dhamma talk. And then you should reflect 5 Jhāna factors. If you become expert in 5 Jhāna, if you can maintain your concentration, your 5 Jhāna concentration more than 2 hours, 3 hours, etc. every sitting for 2 or 3 days, then you can go to second Jhāna. If you want to go to second Jhāna, what you should try? First, you should try to re-establish your first Jhāna concentration at least for 1 hour. Imagine from your full absorption, you should reflect. 2 disadvantages and 1 benefit, 1 advantage. 2 disadvantages are this this jhana is close to the enemy hindrances. When you attain excess concentration stage, taking Ānāpāna Pratibhaga nimitta counterpart sign as object. At that time, only 5 hindrances, you can suppress 5 hindrances at that time. So, excess concentration and full absorption, jhana concentration, are close to each other. Because of this reason, this first jhana is also close to the enemy hindrances. This is 1 disadvantage. Another disadvantage is, please reflect, videka and vichara, initial application of the mind to the Ānāpāna Pratibhaga nimitta object, and sustained application of the mind to the Ānāpāna Pratibhaga nimitta object. These 2 jhana factors are cross. Why? Now you are establishing concentration. When you are practicing concentration, you must apply again and again your mind to your Ānāpāna Pratibhaga nimitta object. If you do not apply your mind to your Ānāpāna Pratibhaga nimitta object, then concentration will fall down. So you must apply again and again. But without application of the mind to the Ānāpāna Pratibhaga nimitta object, or in other words, without videka and vichara. If mind stay with Pratibhaga nimitta, it will be very good, very fine. So this is 1 disadvantage. Because of this grossness, the jhana is easily to fall down. These are 2 disadvantages. Number 1 is nearness of hindrances. Number 2 is the grossness of 2 jhana factors, Udeka and Vichara. After reflecting these two disadvantages, you should also reflect one advantage. Piti Sukha Ekagata. Joy or rapture, happiness and one-pointedness. These 3 jhana factors are very subtle and peaceful. This is one advantage. After reflecting these 2 disadvantages and these 2 disadvantages and one advantage, you should concentrate on your Pratibhaga Nimitta, Ānāpāna Pratibhaga Nimitta again. But that reflecting moment must be for few seconds only. You should not reflect for a long time. If you reflect for a long time, then concentration will decrease and your Ānāpāna Pratibhaga Nimitta counterpart sign will disappear. So you should reflect these disadvantages and advantage for few seconds only. After reflecting this, with the intention to attain higher stage, higher jhana, second jhana, which is associated with 3 jhana factors, Piti, Sukha and Ekagata. You should concentrate on your Ānāpāna Pratibhaga Nimitta again. But for beginners, when they are concentrated on the Ānāpāna Pratibhaga Nimitta again, very soon full absorption will appear. But that full absorption may be jhana, full absorption only. For beginners, for experts, they can directly go to second jhana. Imagine from that full absorption, jhana full absorption, when reflecting jhana factors, other than he will see Udeka Vichara is very gross. Piti, Sukha, Ekagata, these 3 jhana factors are very subtle and peaceful. Other than with the intention to remove gross factors and to attain peaceful factors, Piti, Sukha and Ekagata, which are the jhana factors of second jhana. Then you should concentrate again on your Ānāpāna Pratibhaga Nimitta object. When you are concentrated on your Ānāpāna Pratibhaga Nimitta object, very soon full absorption will arise. That full absorption is usually second jhana full absorption. If it is second jhana full absorption, then you will understand Udeka Vichara disappear. Udeka and Vichara disappear, and only 3 jhana factors, Piti, Sukha, Ekagata remain. If it is sure, then you should re-establish your second jhana concentration for a long time. If you can maintain your second jhana concentration more than 1 hour, 2 hours, then next day it is not necessary to re-establish your jhana concentration for about 1 hour. You can re-establish your jhana concentration for 5 minutes or 10 minutes will be enough. Imagine from jhana, then you can go to second jhana in the same way after reflecting disadvantages and advantages. So you should try 5 matrari also in your second jhana. If you are satisfied in your second jhana, then you can go to that jhana. How you should go to that jhana? First, you should re-establish your jhana concentration for few minutes, 5 minutes, for example, 5 minutes. Then you should re-establish your second jhana for about 1 hour. Imagine from second jhana you should reflect 2 disadvantages. Number 1 is This second jhana is close to the enemy Vitaka Vichara, especially this is Jhāna. This is one disadvantage. Then please reflect PD. PD joint is very gross. If you want peaceful concentration, joint happiness produces a lot of emotion. For some meditators, it produces many emotions. So it is gross. This is because of this grossness of PD, this second jhana also can easily fall down. This is one disadvantage. So altogether there are two disadvantages. Close to the enemy Vitaka Vichara, grossness of PD. After reflecting these two disadvantages, then you should reflect one advantage. Sukha Ekagata. Sukha Ekagata, these two jhana phatas are more quiet, more peaceful. These two jhana phatas are the jhana phatas of the Tat jhana. After reflecting in this way, then you should concentrate on your Ānāpānasati nimitta again, with the intention to attain higher jhana, that is Tat jhana. But for beginners, usually when they are concentrating on their Ānāpānasati nimitta, when full absorption appears, that full absorption may be only second jhana again. Imagine from that second jhana, when they are reflecting jhana phatas, and then he will see PD is gross. Sukha Ekagata, two jhana phatas are very peaceful and very quiet. And then with the intention to remove gross phata and to attain subtle phatas, which are the jhana phatas of the Tat jhana. Sukha Ekagata. You should concentrate on your Ānāpānasati nimitta again. While concentrating on your Ānāpānasati nimitta again, very soon full absorption will arise. That full absorption may be Tat jhana. If it is Tat jhana, then you will anatra PD, joint or rupture disappear. And two jhana phatas, Sukha and Ekagata, remain. Then if it is sure, then you should maintain your jhana concentration more than 2 hours, 3 hours, etc. Next day, if you want to re-establish your jhana concentration, you should try systematically. First, you should re-establish your jhana concentration for a few minutes. Second jhana concentration for a few minutes, maybe 5 minutes. Then you should reflect two disadvantages and one advantage, and then concentrate on your Ānāpānasati nimitta again. Then very soon you will attain your Tat jhana. You should maintain this Tat jhana concentration 2 or 3 hours every sitting for about 2 or 3 days. After that, if you are satisfied, then if you want to go to 4th jhana, then please re-establish your 1st jhana, 2nd jhana and 3rd jhana concentration. 1st jhana and 2nd jhana, you should stay only for a few minutes, but in 3rd jhana, at least at the beginning stage, you should stay for about 1 hour. Imagine from that jhana, you should reflect two disadvantages and one advantage. Two disadvantages are, this third jhana is close to the enemy PD, which is the jhana phata of second jhana. This is one disadvantage. Then another one is please reflect sukha. Sukha is happiness. If taking one object, happiness appear, happiness feeling appear, then you may have attachment to that object. So this is very close to the enemy attachment or craving. And then this is cross. Because of this crossness, happiness feeling, your jhana can easily fall down very quickly. This is one disadvantage. So after reflecting these two disadvantages, then you should reflect one advantage. One advantage is ubbeka ekagata, equanimity and one-pointedness. These two are the jhana factors of the fourth jhana. These two jhana factors are very quiet, very peaceful. After reflecting in this way, you should concentrate on your Ānāpānasati nimitta counterpart sign again. Then you will full absorption will arise very soon. For beginners, usually this full absorption also may be that jhana only. Imagine from that full absorption, when you are reflecting jhana factors, you will see at that time sukha is cross. Ubbeka ekagata is more quiet. At that time, with the intention to remove cross factors sukha and to attain subtle factors, ubbeka and ekagata, which are the jhana factors of fourth jhana, you should concentrate on your Ānāpānasati nimitta again. While concentrating on your Ānāpānasati nimitta, very soon full absorption will arise. That full absorption may be fourth jhana. If it is fourth jhana, then you will understand sukha, happiness feeling disappears. And there are two jhana factors, ubbeka and ekagata, equanimity and equanimous feeling. Equanimity and one-pointedness. So, if you attain fourth jhana, then you should maintain your fourth jhana concentration for a long time. Next day, if you want to re-establish your fourth jhana concentration, then you should try systematically for beginners. You should not directly go to fourth jhana. First, you should re-establish your first jhana concentration for a few minutes. Again, second jhana concentration for a few minutes. Again, third jhana concentration for a few minutes. Then you should re-establish your fourth jhana concentration for about 1 hour, 2 hours, or 3 hours, etc. If you really attain your fourth jhana, your breath completely stops. This is the last stage of coming the breath formation stage, fourth stage. In Ānāpāna, there are 4 stages. Number 1 is long breath. You should try to understand long breath. Number 2 is you should try to understand short breath. Number 3 is you should try to understand the whole breath body. Number 4 is you should try to understand coming the breath formations or the breath body, the whole breath body. So these 4 stages, among 4 stages, if you attain fourth jhana, coming breath formations will be complete. Complete means if you attain fourth jhana, your breath completely stops. There will be no breathing. But you should not reflect whether I'm breathing or not. If you reflect again and again, what is the problem? That reflecting mind-cognitive process can produce very subtle, very gentle breathing. So there still breathe, you may think. So do not investigate. You should try to re-establish your fourth jhana concentration for many times. If you satisfy at that only, as soon as you emerge from your fourth jhana, quickly reflect. then you will understand. When you are entering into your fourth jhana concentration, your breath completely stop. So this is up to fourth jhana stage. If you attain fourth jhana, what do you want to do? If you want to do 10 kasinas, 8 attainments, this is very good chance. If you want to practice 10 kasinas in 8 attainments, you can practice, no problem. If you want to practice 4 sublime abidance, such as loving kindness, meditation, compassion, sympathetic joy, and equanimity, it is also possible. If you want to practice Buddha-Nusri, recollection of Buddha's quality, Marana-Nusri, recollection of your own death, and Asubha, formless meditation, it is very good chance. If you want to go to Vipassana, how you should do? You should practice 4 elements meditation and then systematically. If you want to practice 4 elements meditation, in every sitting you should re-establish your fourth jhana concentration. Imagine from your fourth jhana concentration, if you practice 4 elements meditation, quickly you will understand ultimate materiality. How you should practice, I will explain next week. Okay, today I will stop my Dhamma talk here. There are many questions today. Number 1 question. In Anguttara Nikaya, the Buddha speaks of 5 paths to liberation. 4 of them are listening to the Dhamma. We practice the other one. Will you give us a graduate discourse on the Dhamma? Instructions on sati do not help as they do not reach the Dhamma. Just show the path to it. Maybe I will explain with example. Listening is number 1 is Buddha trying Dhamma talk. They listen this Dhamma talk. Number 2 is one venerable teacher trying Dhamma talk. They listen this Dhamma talk. Another is he himself trying Dhamma talk in a wider way. This is another way. Another way is there is no teacher who will try Dhamma talk. He himself also not trying Dhamma talk. Buddha also never gave Dhamma talk. But he reflects suttas, which he had already learned by heart in a wider way. So when these 4 are listening Dhamma, when they listening this Dhamma, they become enlightened one. Attha Patisamvedi, Dhamma Patisamvedi. What is Buddha is trying Dhamma talk? What Dhamma? What type of Dhamma? At that time, according to commentaries explanation, 4 noble truths. Buddha explained 4 noble truths. When Buddha expounding 4 noble truths, he penetrates these 4 noble truths. Among 4 noble truths, number 1 is dukkha sitya, the noble truth of suffering. These are 5 aggregates of clinging. Number 2 is the noble truth, samudaya sitya, the noble truth of the origin of suffering. This is the dependent origination. Number 4 is the noble truth of the cessation of suffering, Nirodha Sitya. This is especially Nibbana. Number 4 is the noble truth of the path leading to the cessation of suffering. This is Magga Sitya. So among these 4 noble truths, when listening this Dhamma, they became enlightened one. Enlightened one means they penetrate 4 noble truths. Among 4 noble truths, Atta Pati means he penetrates noble truth of suffering. He penetrates the noble truth of the cessation of suffering. These 2 noble truths are called Atta. Another Dhamma Pati Dhamma Pati means he penetrates the noble truth of the origin of suffering. He penetrates the noble truth of the path leading to the cessation of suffering. These 2 noble truths are called Dhamma. So he penetrates Atta when listening Buddha's Dhamma talk. He penetrates Dhamma. He penetrates Dhamma as well. So, for example, 5 group bhikkhus, Pinchawaki bhikkhus. When Buddha expounding Dhamma Chakka Bodhana Sutta, the sudden emotion of the wheel of the Dhamma Sutta. Venareva Kundinya became enlightened one. He understands 4 noble truths by his Sodapati path and Purusha knowledge. The other 4, they must practice according to this Sutta. According to this Sutta means they must try to understand by their direct knowledge the noble truth of suffering, 5 aggregates. 5 aggregates of clinging. The noble truth of the origin of suffering, the dependent origination. These 2 noble truths are the object of vipassana. They must contemplate them as nature, dukkha, anatta for 1 day or 2 days or 3 days or 4 days. And that only they also respectively became Sotapannas. So they Atta Parisamvedi, Dhamma Parisamvedi, when listening the Dhamma talk. They, after that, Buddha expound Anatta Lakkhana Sutta, non-self Sutta. When expounding Anatta Lakkhana Sutta, they can follow this Sutta. Why? They already, while they are practicing vipassana, they already understood ultimate materiality, ultimate mentality, or 5 aggregates. Whether they are past or present, future, internal, external, gross or subtle, inferior or superior, power, near, no problem. They already penetrate. They also penetrate dependent origination. So because of this reason, while Buddha expounded Anatta Lakkhana Sutta, there are question and answers. Buddha asked them, bhikkhus, rupa, materiality is permanent or impermanent? They answer impermanent. Why? They already understood ultimate materiality. They already understood ultimate materiality is a nature impermanent. If it is impermanent, it is sukha or dukkha, happiness or suffering, or it is dukkha. Because they already understood this is dukkha. If it is impermanent and suffering, it should be regarded as myself, no hidden body, no Vinarivasa. Because they already contemplate this ultimate materiality as nature, dukkha, and anatta, non-self. So because of this reason, they, at that time, when they are doing this question answers, they already understood ultimate materiality as nature, dukkha, anatta. In the same way, when Buddha asking ultimate mentality such as the aggregate of feeling, perception, volitional formations, and consciousness, respectively, they can also give same answer. Buddha asks same question, they give same answer, because They already understood five aggregates are anicca, dukkha, and anatta. Then after that, Buddha teach them tasma tiha bhikkhuve yanginchi rupa dita nagata pichobana ita dhamma vedhamma olarigama sukumava hinama banidhamma yandure sandikeva sabban rupa nidhamma nisoha masami namiso adadi eva medayata buddha samapinyaya tatabha. Therefore, bhikkhus, whatever kind of materiality there is, whether past, present or future, internal or external, gross or subtle, inferior or superior, far or near, you must contemplate all of them as anicca, dukkha, and anatta. They can contemplate these 11 types of materiality as anicca, dukkha, and anatta. In the same way, 11 types of feeling, 11 types of perception, 11 types of volitional formations, and 11 types of consciousness. They can contemplate them also as anicca, dukkha, and anatta. Because of this reason, when the Dhamma talk finished, they all became arahats. So now I already explained. Can you understand five aggregates? Okay. So if you do not understand what, you should try. Number 5, Samadhi Nimitta. You should practice Samadhi. Depending on Samadhi, you should try to understand ultimate 5 aggregates. You should try to understand 5 aggregates, then dependent origination. Then you must contemplate them as anicca, dukkha, and anatta again. Okay? Last week, you said that materiality and mentality are interdependent. Is it possible to see this interdependence directly? And is this a way to know the anatta non-self nature of ultimate materiality and mentality? According to dependent origination, they are interdependent. It is true. In 5 aggregate war means pincha vogara plane. 5 aggregate war plane. Mentality arises depending on materiality. Without materiality, mentality cannot arise. So there are 6 bases. I'm base, eye sensitivity, ear sensitivity, nose sensitivity, tongue sensitivity, body sensitivity, and heart base. Eye base, ear base, nose base, tongue base, body base, and heart base. They are the object. They are dependent bases. Every eye consciousness arises depending on eye base, eye sensitivity. Ear consciousness arises depending on eye base, ear base, ear sensitivity. Nose consciousness arises depending on nose base or nose sensitivity. Tongue consciousness arises depending on tongue base or tongue sensitivity. Body consciousness arises depending on body base or body sensitivity. Mind consciousness arises depending on mind base or heart base. So, without this base or these sensitivities, consciousness cannot rise. You easily understand. If there is no eye, you cannot see any object. So, eye consciousness arises depending on eye base. If there is no eye base, eye consciousness cannot arise. In the same way, there is no ear sensitivity, ear base. You cannot hear any sound. If there is no nose sensitivity, nose base, then you cannot feel any smell. But tongue is always necessary. You must eat. If there is no body sensitivity, you cannot feel. For example, here, head hair. If you cut, you cannot feel pain, because there is no body sensitivity. Nails, if you cut, you do not feel pain. Why? There's no body sensitivity. But if there is body sensitivity, you feel pain or happiness, sukha and dukkha. So, if there is no heart base, in the same way, mind consciousness cannot rise. So, in five aggregate world, base is necessary. But some meditators, when they attain up to fourth jhana stage, they have strong repulsive mind to the materiality. So they emphasize nama viraga bhavana. Nama viraga bhavana means with the intention to remove mentality. Rupa viraga bhavana. With the intention to remove materiality, they practice immaterial jhanas. If they can maintain these immaterial jhanas up to that moment, then after that they may reborn in material world. In material world there is no rupa, only materiality only. But some meditators, if they attain up to fourth jhana stage, they have a lot reverse mind to mentality. Why? When we die, we do not feel anything. They may cut, they may burn, no problem. Because there is mind, they can feel. If there is no mind, no mentality, they will not feel. So this is their attitude. Because of this reason, they practice nama viraga bhavana with the reverse mind to remove nama. So if they can maintain this bhavana and this jhana, then after that they will reborn in material world, only asanya satta plane. There is only materiality, no mentality. But in fact, aggregate world, many people, they have attachment, both materiality as well as mentality. Because of this reason, in fact, aggregate world, there is materiality as well as mentality. So in this five aggregate world, without materiality, mentality cannot arise. Without mentality, materiality alone also cannot arise. So they are interdependent to each other in five aggregate world only. So is it possible to see this interdependence directly? You can see directly. For example, if you attain first jhana, you can directly see five jhana factors arise depending on your heart base. You can clearly see. So please try up to five jhana stage if you have any doubt. And to know the anatta non-self nature of ultimate materiality and mentality, it is also necessary. Without seeing ultimate materiality and mentality and their dependent origination, you cannot understand another doctrine completely. Completely means in our Buddhism only, Buddhism does not accept creation. According to Buddha's teaching, there is no creator, there is no created being. There is only cause and effect. If you understand cause relationship between cause and effect at that only, your understanding knowledge, especially the knowledge of cause and condition, can remove attachment temporarily. Temporarily means when you are practicing vipassana, your vipassana insight can remove this atta perception. If you do not practice, the atta perception may rise again. Maybe I do not understand this question. How does intention fit in the cycle of dependent origination? What is, maybe there are 12 factors. Among 12 factors, which factor do you make intention? Maybe this is only one type of mental factor. So, for example, Avijja alone cannot rise. There are 20 mental formations. If you practice dependent origination, you will understand these 20. Among 20, intention, manasikara, this is one pattern. In the same way, sankhara. In sankhara, usually for human beings, they are wholesome sankhara, kusala sankhara. Wholesome formations, there are 34 mental formations. Among 34, manasikara is one mental formation, one mental pattern. In the same way, sankhara, bhicha, vijnana. Vijnana, there are two types of vijnana. Vibhaga vijnana and kama vijnana. Rasat consciousness and kama consciousness. In kama consciousness, there are 34 usually. So kama consciousness associated with 34 mental formations. Among 34, manasikara is one mental pattern. Then vijnana, bhicha, nama, rupa. Nama as a genre. Within one mind moment, Chitta is vijnana. Chittasika mental patterns are nama. These mental patterns, manasikara is universal, always associated in every mind moment. So, nama rupa bhicha salayarana, 6 ayarana. So, external 6 phase, internal 6 phase. External 6 phase, Dhamayarana, 1 ayarana is Dhamayarana. That Dhamayarana is 52 mental patterns are Dhamayarana. Among 52, manasikara is one pattern. So in every link, Phasa bhicha vedana also cannot never arise alone. Always associated with associated mental formations. Among these formations, manasikara is one pattern. Then vedana bhicha dana also never arise alone. They always arise with associated mental formations. Among these associated mental formations, manasikara addition one pattern. Then dana bhicha upadana. Repeated dana craving is called upadana. So upadana also associated always with manasikara. So manasikara then upadana bhicha bhava. There are two types of bhava. Kama bhava and upapati bhava. Kama bhava means wholesome kama or unwholesome kama. Upapati bhava means the new 5 aggregates in the future conception stage. So among 5 aggregates, manasikara also one pattern. So in every case, there is manasikara. So because of this reason, there may be cause, there may be effect. If you, for example, avijja bhicha sankhara, avijja is cause, sankhara is effect. If avijja is cause, the manasikara also associated with avijja. So this is cause. And sankhara also associated with manasikara. So one manasikara can be cause, one manasikara can be effect. So they are in every link. Is medda created? Is medda stored? Is medda transferred to others? Even if one is unable to hold image of a person steady in the mind, is it what one offering words of medda? Okay, no problem. Anytime you can practice medda meditation, no problem. Whether do you see or not see, no problem. But if you want to attain jhana, it is necessary. You must try to concentrate on that image. One person, or maybe all beings. But if you want to practice what called very powerful medda, you must break down the barriers of persons. This is dear one, this is neutral one, this is enemy. In this way, if you have differentiation, then your medda is not powerful. But you must, everybody is equal in your mind. At that time you can send metta, taking all beings as object. Especially up to infinite universe, you should spread your metta. Such type of metta is very powerful. In Pali it is called Vipara. Vipara means such type of metta can produce a lot of benefits. Is metta created? What do you mean created? Maybe that metta citta arises depending on your heart base. So, for example, now you are listening my Dhamma talk. Do you hear? Do you hear my Dhamma talk? So this is ear consciousness arise. How do you say that ear consciousness? Do you create this ear consciousness? In the same way only. We, according to Buddha's teaching, we practice only. If we want to practice metta, then we can do metta bhavana. If we want to practice Ānāpāna, then we can practice Ānāpāna. Then Ānāpāna wholesome kusala dhamma will arise depending on Ānāpāna. If you want to practice metta, depending on metta object, metta jhana concentration will arise. In this way we can say, creation and created is very confused for me. So we can accumulate, we call accumulate. If you want to practice metta, then you can accumulate metta wholesome dhammas. You can accumulate Ānāpāna wholesome dhammas. You can accumulate vipassana wholesome dhammas. In this way we can say. Is metta stored? This is also very difficult to tell. Now, while you are listening my Dhamma talk, do you have any anger? No. But one day, someone strike to you up here, then you may have anger. So then we can say, you are not yet destroying anger. That anger is as a latent tendency following after mentality and your mentality and materiality process. In the same way only. The energy of or the power of metta also may follow as a wholesome energy. But this is not ultimate materiality, ultimate dhamma. This is only just force, energy only. For example, now you have no anger. So that anger as a goal, as a latent tendency, underlying tendency, there say we cannot say like that. But power is still there. In the same way, if you practice metta bhavana, if you can maintain this metta jhana up to that moment, then after that you can attain brahmavara if you want. But if you don't want, no problem. Is metta transferred to others? Maybe this is a little bit difficult. I want to tell you one story. Transfer, I do not understand the meaning of transfer. In time of Buddha, there is in Mala, the small town like Bari. In small town there is one Mala prince, Raja Mala. He had a lot of points to the Mahavira. Now in India they call Jhāna. So he had no faith in Buddha, Dhamma and Sangha. But he is one of the friends of Venerable Ananda. One day, the Buddha and Sangha visit to their Mala small town. At that time, Mala prince, they announced in their door, everybody must welcome to our Buddha and Sangha. If one do not welcome to Buddha and Sangha, there must be fine $50. In this way, they announced the whole town. he had unhappy. He don't want to welcome because he had no points to the Buddha and Sangha. He had a lot of points to the Mahavira. Because of this reason, he don't want to welcome to the Buddha. So he criticized a lot, too much about Buddha and Dhamma and Sangha. So a lot of unwholesome dhammas he accumulated. While Venerable Ananda going for alms round in the door, he heard this criticism. Oh, my friend has a lot of unwholesome dhammas. He had already accumulated unwholesome dhammas. So he went back to the monastery and informed to the Buddha the situation and asked the Buddha to send Metta to Rajamala. So first Buddha sent Metta, all beings, the whole world. And when Metta is very strong, he accumulates and he occupies this Metta and he sent a law to the Rajamala. The Rajamala cannot stay in his home. He wants to see Buddha a lot. So whether this is transfer or not, I don't know. But and then he visited to the monastery. And then he asked many bhikkhus, where is Buddha? Where is Buddha? Where is Buddha? And then when he saw Buddha, he had a lot metta to the Buddha also. His mind changed because of the power of Buddha's metta. And then Buddha trying to talk to him. Then he became Buddhist. So mind may be changed if metta is very powerful. So this is transfer or not, I don't know. Okay.
But Sayadaw, I think this question is asking something very important. I have no jhana. I practice metta bhavana to him. And this is very good for me, good karma, good cleansing.
Yes, good.
Maybe I attain jhana. But does it help him if I have no jhana?
Maybe, please listen. Venerable Devadatta, he is the cousin as well as brother-in-law of our Buddha. He had a lot of metta to the Devadatta. But while he is near to death, the ground swallowed and Buddha can do nothing. Maybe although Buddha can send metta, but this metta is not powerful for Devadatta. So sometimes, depending on their karma, we can do nothing. In the same way, Bimbisara, King Bimbisara, he was killed by his son, Ajatasattu. King Bimbisara is Sotapanna. He was the disciple of our Buddha. Buddha can save, if metta can cure, can save, then Buddha will send metta, but cannot do. It depends on their karma also. But Raja Mala, his mind changed. Why? This is also dependent on his karma. In previous life, he had accumulated many wholesome dhammas. Because of this reason, he met with Buddha. Because of this wholesome dhammas are supporting cause. When Buddha sent him metta, his mind changed. But for Devadatta, it is not easy. But for you, if you send metta, you are accumulating metta wholesome dhammas, we can say. But for the object, it is not sure. Okay? Then another question. What is the difference in Rupa and Kaya? Rupa is materiality only. Kaya, there are two types of Kaya. Rupa Kaya and Nama Kaya. Rupa Kaya means the group of materiality. Nama Kaya means the group of mentality. Why they are called Kaya? Rupa cannot arise alone, single. In the same way, Nama also cannot arise single. They arise as a group only. In each mind moment, at least there must be 8 types of mental formations. In some mind moments, there are 34 or 35 mental formations. They can arise only as a group. Single, they cannot arise single. So they are called Kaya, mental Kaya. Nama Kaya. In the same way, Rupa also arises as a kalapa. If you analyze each kalapa, at least there are 8 types of materiality, such as earth element, water element, fire element, wind element, color, odor, flavor, and nutritive essence. If one is absent, they cannot rise. They must rise as a group only. So they are called kaya. So, but their translation also, I discussed with many Westerners. They translate kaya body, mental body, material body. Is it okay or not? I ask them, but they says okay, they do, but I do not understand English word. So kaya means group only. They can rise as a group only. They cannot rise single. What is the difference in Chaita and Mano? Same. Synonymous terms. Okay. Is there any question? Maybe there is only heart base. When you are dreaming, especially mind-cognitive process rise, depending on your heart base. The object of that mind-cognitive process may be different. Maybe color, or maybe sound, or maybe smell, or taste, or tangible object, or maybe mind objects, different objects. So there may be taking different objects as object. Your mind-cognitive rise depending on your heart base. When you are dreaming, if there is no heart base, you will die. So there is still connection. Ignorance arise because of the ignorance. Sankhara formations arise. This is only cause relationship Buddha is explaining. Now you are listening to my talk. We can say you are accumulating wholesome dhammas. Which dhamma, whose dhamma are you listening? How do you say?
No, only a collection of small
Whose dhamma you are trying to listen?
No one, only kalapas.
What? No kalapa. Maybe you are listening my dhamma. Is it true? If you understand this is Pa-Auk Sayadaw, this understanding is Vijja only. That understanding is wrong understanding. This is called Vijja. And then, depending on Vijja, you accumulate wholesome dhammas. Listening dhamma talk, you may have a lot of wholesome dhammas. These are sankhara formations. Because of this, in the same way, in previous life also, you had Vijja, ignorance. Depending on ignorance, you had accumulated wholesome dhammas. Maybe which wholesome dhamma we cannot say easily. When you are practicing dependent origination, and then you will understand clearly. Because of this wholesome dhammas, now 5 aggregates appear. So this causal relationship Buddha is explaining only. No difference. Maybe this series is not important. Sodanta method as well as Abhidhamma method, they are same. Same means now you are practicing mentality, nama kamathana. When you are discerning mentality, for example, we can, for easy understanding, we say Lobha Ditthi group, Lobha Ditthi Jhāna. For easy understanding, how many mental formations are there? 20, 21, 22, 90, etc. So, Ditthi cannot rise alone. Always rise with associated mental formations. This is one reason. In the same way, Mana also cannot rise alone. They always rise with associated mental formations. The remaining Sanyojanas also say, they always rise with their own associated mental formations. If we combine together all, they are all saying all 12 types of wholesome dhammas only. Wholesome Chaita and Chitasikas only. So 10, according to Sodanta method, there are 10 Sanyojanas, 10 Phattas. They are also 12 types of unwholesome Chitta and Chitasikas. According to Abhidhamma method, they are also din, Sanyojana, din, Phatas. They are also all unwholesome Chitta and Chitasikas only. So they are safe. If you practice Namagamatana, you can clearly see they never arise single. They always arise together with associated mental formations. So they are saying, why Buddha explains in this way? Because of the listener's quality. Buddha explains in detail, Lobha-Ditthi, they arise 20 mental formations in this way, in this way. So listeners cannot follow. So because of this reason, Buddha pick up leaders only, things, sanyojanas, etc. in this way. Any question? No question? If there is no question, then let us stop. Sharing matter. Idame Bonya Asawakaya Wahan Hodu Idame Bonya Naibanasa Pachayo Hodu Idame Bonya Sabha Sadhana Pajema Desabe Mesama Punya Baga Labandu Sadhu Sadhu Sadhu